What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're going to check out the Versus System 2-player card game Volume 3 Issue 10 crossover. Looking into the front of the box, we have a cool, colorful galaxy background. I think the Collector and the Grand Master, if I'm not mistaken, crossover in, blue and pinkish. Kind of a cool color scheme going on there. On the side, we have a continuation of that artwork. I think that is just more of like space and galaxy going on. On the top says crossover in that same font. On the back, 55 cards and a rule sheet. Yes, this is when they moved from all the different social media stuff to just the basic 3. And even now, this is somewhat outdated because no longer Twitter, it's now X, which might be on the newest one, I'm not sure. And it is coming soon. The annual wrap-up to the Versus System 2-player card game is here to close the book on Volume 3. With as much content as we could possibly fit into a small box, this crossover is full of new play modes, mechanics, and characters. Fight your way across the battle world with all new terrain that will put your skills to the test and make your deck the best. Not sure what that means, but let's check it out. Bullshit. First up, we have the Collector on the red team. 6 health, 0-5 stat line. If I can't have it, no one can. Main red. Remove a KO pile from the game. Such a waste. Level up 3 times. When an equipment, plot twist, or supporting character is removed from the game, the Collector gains an XP. He can only gain XP once for each card type. Then he becomes his level 2. His level 2 now has a 0-10 stat line and has Upgrade the Collection. Reaction yellow. When an enemy player plays an equipment, plot twist, or supporting character, if the Collector's collection doesn't have a card of that type, remove that card from the game and add it to his collection. I have many things. The Collector can play equipment, plot twist, and supporting characters from his collection, ignoring team restrictions. Another red character, we have the Maestro. 6 health, 3-4 stat line, summoner, build yellow. Search your deck for a red supporting character, reveal it, and put it into your hand. You have been summoned. Level up 7 times when you recruit your first character each turn. If you spent all your recruit points from the turn on it, the Maestro gains that many XP. Has to be exactly that number though. His level 2 no longer has a team affiliation, and now has an 8-8 stat line. Battle weapon of an army of champions. Build red. Search your deck for an equipment and reveal it. Play it for free onto Maestro, ignoring team restrictions. At the start of your next turn, shuffle it into its owner's deck. God King of Battle World. While the Isosphere is equipped to Maestro, it can't be equipped or unequipped from him. And it loses, you gotta want it more. Onto the yellow team, we have the Grand Master. 6 health, 0-5 stat line, the team up yellow. Each supporting character on your side is also a yellow supporting character. Welcome to Battle World, level up 13 times. At the start of your main phase, Grandmaster gains 1 XP for each yellow character on your side. Basically means anyone, because everyone on your side becomes yellow. His level 2 now has 0-10 stat line. The Contest of Champions, reaction blue or yellow or red. At the end of an enemy turn, reveal the top card of the Battle World pile. The game enters that domain. Respect your elders during either player's turn. Combat green. Grandmaster gains Elder of the Universe this combat. If he gets stunned, he doesn't get wounded. That'll definitely keep him around longer. Next up, we have a red and the Champions character in Guillotine. 4 cost, 1 health, 7-6 stat line. La Fleur de Mal. Once in each combat Guillotine is in, you may make the enemy player pass when they would take an action. So if they could play a plot twist or do anything like that, you can make them just say, nah, I'm good, and pass. Meaning you can do one or you can not do one, and then they just fight like normal, and maybe that's what they would have needed in order to win. Our next red character is Night Thrasher. 3 cost, 1 health, range, 6-1 stat line, bulletproof, mobile, and weapons designer. You pay 2 less to play equipment onto Night Thrasher. Pretty rad card. Another red character we have is Outlaw. 2 cost, 1 health, range, 7-3 stat line, non-lethal. If Outlaw would wound an enemy defender, it doesn't get wounded instead. I got sick of killing people. At the start of your build phase, if Outlaw is equipped with a one-of-a-kind equipment, you may KO it. If you do, characters can't attack until the start of your next turn. It's looking a little bit like Dracula. We have Punisher 2099, actually on the yellow team. 5 cost, 1 health, range, 7-3 stat line. Extremely lethal, going from non-lethal to extremely lethal. When Punisher 2099 powers up with a copy of this card in combat, If he wounds a defender this combat, it gains an additional wound. Very aggressive. Next up, we have the Isosphere, a Marvel team card. Equipment, one cost, one of a kind, infinity. You gotta want it more. At the end of your turn, start a battle of wills for the Isosphere. Infused with the power primordial. Equipped character has +1/1 for each resource on your side. So, like, they stack up and get really, really powerful. Onto Battle World domains, we have Arcadia. Everyone's unlikable when they're angry. While a character is defending, the player on that side may discard a plot twist anytime they could play it during either player's turn. Combat plot twist if they do, put 2 +1/1 counters on that character. The Deadlands. Zombie Apocalypse. At the start of each player's turn, they may put a supporting character from their KO pile onto their side, and it has zombie at the start of its name. When the game leaves the Deadlands, KO each of those zombies. Dystopia, Wishing Well. At the start of each player's build phase, they may put a card from their hand at the bottom of their deck. If they do, they name a character, then reveal the top card of their deck. They may put a revealed character with that name onto their side. Otherwise, put that card into their hand. If the Maestro is on their side, they may reveal 2 cards instead. Really favors one. Greenland, Super Smash. Locations only produce green power symbols. Characters have me angry, main green. Put 3 +1/1 counters on this character. Hydra Empire. Hail Hydra. Characters on each side and in each player's hand have Soldier. When this character appears, put -1/1 counters equal to the number of soldiers on your side onto an enemy supporting character. Kilseum. I think that's Captain America from like that weird world. Arcade Game. At the start of each player's turn, they may start a gladiatorial game. If they do, each player may choose a supporting character in their hand as a gladiator. Then each player puts their gladiators into their front row at the same time, then puts -1/1 counters on each gladiator equal to the other's printed attack. KO gladiators stunned this way. Perfection. Droning on and on. At the start of each player's main phase, they may choose a face-up supporting character on their side. If they do, put 3 token copies of that character with Swarm onto their side, KO them at the end of the turn. Technopolis. Know-it-alls. Characters have genius. At the start of your turn, draw a card. Ultimate End. Made in Manhattan. At the start of each player's turn, they draw a terrain city card and place it. When the game leaves Ultimate End, remove each of those terrains from the game. Valley of Flame. The Devils and the Dinosaur. Characters with either flight nor range have Ferocious. While in melee combat, they strike before characters without Ferocious. Warzone. The Divide. When the game enters this domain, randomly choose one side to be the iron and the other side to be the blue. The iron characters on this side have +2 attack on their turn. The blue characters on their side have +4 defense on their turn. Weird World. A place that can never be fully known. At the end of each player's turn, they may put any number of supporting characters on their side into their resource row face down. Onto Terrain-City, we have Alley. Placement. Either of your rows, one character. Dark and Dingy. The character here loses and can't gain flight and can't be attacked by characters with flight because it's too narrow. Construction Site. Placement. Either of your rows, one character. The right tool for the job. At the start of your main phase, put a +1/1 counter on a character here. So they just get buffed. Downed Power Lines. Placement. Enemy front row, all characters. Live Wires. When a character without flight in this row attacks, put a -1/1 counter on it. Dump Truck. Placement. Either of your rows, all characters, dump. If a character in this row would gain any -1/1 counters, place them here instead. Truck. You may move this during your formation step. Dumpster. Placement. Either of your rows, 2 characters. Dive for cover. Characters here have +3 defense while defending against range attacks. So they can hide in there, I think. Public Park. Placement. Either enemy row, all characters. Wide open spaces. Characters in this row can't gain defense from plot twists. River. Placement. Either enemy row, all characters, all wet. Characters in this row have -2 attack while defending. Rooftops. Placement. Your back row, all characters. Up on the rooftops. While range attacking, characters in this row have +1 attack and can't be struck back. Streetlight. Placement. Either of your rows, one character. The character here has power to the people. Main blue or yellow or green or red. Put 2 -1/1 counters divided as you choose on up to 2 enemy characters. Taxi. Placement. Your front row, one character. Hailing distance. During your main phase but not during combat, you may move the taxi and its passenger to your back row, remove the passenger from the taxi, and then move the taxi back to the front row. Then we go on to a story mode card, Assassination Plot. Sneak into enemy headquarters and kill their leader. Player A's main character is trying to kill Player B's main character. Part 1, create the plan. Player A wins. You're able to scope out the layout of enemy HQ. For Part 2, you start with 2 extra cards. Player B wins. You detect some lurking enemies and raise a security alert. Secretly name a supporting character in your deck to be a bodyguard for the rest of the game. Secretly name a supporting character in your deck to be a bodyguard for the rest of the story. Part 2, get into position. Player A wins. Your plan is to attack from all angles. Secretly name a supporting character in your deck to be a deadly assassin and a supporting character in Player B's deck to be an infiltrator for Part 3. Player B wins. You've repelled an attempt to turn your closest advisors, but the danger persists. Player A secretly names a supporting character in their deck to be a deadly assassin for Part 3. Part 3, execute the plan. Player A wins. You've eliminated a true fiend. Player B wins. You have defended your leader. Next story mode, we have Death of a Loved One. Someone has been caught in the crossfire. Player A's main character is a killer. Part 1, A Hole in Your Heart. Player A wins. Did you go too far? Choose a supporting character in Player B's KO pile. That character is dead for the rest of the story. Remove each copy of it from Player B's deck before Part 2. Player B wins. You can't save everyone, same as above, but you choose the character. Part 2, Cold Dish. Player A wins, Salt in the Wounds. Player B's main character starts Part 3 with a wound. Player B wins, Violence doesn't solve anything. Your main character has Violent for Part 3. Part 3, The Final Showdown. Player A wins, This weakling deserves it. Player B wins, Do you strike the killing blow? Epic Quest. Search the universe for the key to your happiness. Player A's main character is on a quest for something. Part 1, Searching. Player A wins. You finally know where it is. Name a location in your deck as the site. Player B wins. You obscure the path. Same as above, but you name the site. Part 2, Discovering. Player A wins. You reveal to the universe what you're seeking. Name a one-of-a-kind equipment not in your deck as the item and shuffle it into your deck for Part 3. Ignoring play restrictions for the item in Part 3. Player B wins. You plant some intel about another option. Same as above, but you name the item. Part 3, Contesting. Player A wins and has played a copy of the site and the item this game. What do you do with your new unlimited cosmic power? Any other outcome, you've helped the universe dodge a gigantic, probably purple bullet. Galactic Game. Take part against your will in an epic game on an artificial world setup. Create a patchwork planet. Part 1, Where are we? Player A wins. You'll play the little game and win. Add a marker to a location adjacent to your marked location on the patchwork planet. Player B wins. What kind of twisted place is this? Well, you're not going to back down, same as above. Part 2, This place seems familiar. Player A wins. You're starting to get a hang of this, and you sort of like it. Add 2 markers, one at a time, to any unmarked locations adjacent to one of your marked locations. Player B wins. No one will stand in your way of winning and getting back home, same as above. Part 3, and now I'm ready to leave. Player A wins. You won this whole thing, for whatever it's worth. Player B wins. You get to go home if home is still there. Time Traveler. Travel to the past to try to change your present. Player A's main character is a time traveler. Part 1, Arrival. Player A wins. Your advanced technology and knowledge help you to win easily. Now you can show your true self. Your main character starts Part 2 at level 2. Player B wins. Now you have some experience with this time travel stuff. Your main character starts Part 2 with 1 XP. Beyond your comprehension, Player A wins. Hard to believe this is the same planet. Time to unleash everything you've got. You start Part 3 with 10 resources, and resources can't appear on your side. During your resource step, you must KO a resource instead. Player B wins. You barely survive. What's next? Same as above, except Player A starts with 7 resources. Ooh. Part 3, Forever Changed. Player A wins. You've changed the past, but do you even remember doing it? Play the story again. Player B wins. You've halted this temporal incursion for now, but what's to stop it from happening again? Play the story again. Then we have some boss battles, including Death. When a location appears on your side, if it's blue, I meet so many people, each player puts the top 3 cards of their deck into their KO pile. Yellow, I shall bring you peace. KO a supporting character on each enemy side. Green, trapped with death. Put a 1/1 counter on death for each character in your KO pile. Red, let the games begin. Until your next build phase, draw an additional card from Mistress of the Infinity Well. double the counters from Cosmic Balance, and both powers are turned off on enemy turns. Next up, we have a boss battle for Fing Fang Foom. If you have the Humanity, I have Awakened. Put 2 1/1 counters on Fing Fang Foom. If he is hibernating, hibernation ends and put an additional 5 1/1 counters on him. Blue, Greater Acid Mist. Put 2 negative 1/1 counters on an enemy character. Yellow, time for you all to spill blood. Draw a card, then draw another card for each enemy character with a negative 1/1 counter. Green, no place in the universe will give you safety. Fing Fang Foom gets plus 5/5 and is solitary and massive this turn. He can't team attack and attacks rows instead of characters. For the wild location Mew, one of the effects above, or once per game, heal all wounds from Fing Fang Foom and transform him into a Monsters Unleashed Fing Fang Foom supporting character. He becomes a main character. Probably because it's so strong. Leviathan Monster, Leviathan Mother, Alien Defend Your Mother. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a one-of-a-kind Leviathan character. Put it onto your side, shuffle the rest of the cards into your deck. Yellow, the time for nesting is here. Draw a card, then draw another card for each one-of-a-kind character on your side. Green, face me and die. Put 4 plus 1/1 counters on Leviathan Mother and 2 plus 1/1 counters on each one-of-a-kind character on your side. Red, this planet angers me. Stun a supporting character on each enemy side. The Desecrated Nest. Choose one of the effects above or put each Leviathan Servitor in your KO pile onto your side. That's the one with Legion and Swarm. Going even further back, we have a boss battle for Thanos. If you have blue, I hold the galaxy in my palm. Daze up to 3 enemy characters. Yellow, I am Thanos. Draw a card, then draw cards equal to Thanos' level. Green, I had to be faithful to my nature. Thanos strikes a supporting character on each enemy's side with double his attack, KO each character wounded this way. Red, behind each door waits further treasures. Search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. The Vault or Sokovia. Choose one of the effects above. So this is compatible with the MCU Thanos, because that'll be the boss battle there. Titan. You choose a supporting character on your side to gain Eternal. If it would leave play, you may put it into its owner's hand instead. Last up, we have Ultron's boss battle card. Blue, Age of Ultron. The first time an Ultron on your side uses a superpower this turn, it pays 1 less power symbol. Yellow, I will be unstoppable. Put the top card of your deck face down onto your resource row. If it's a location, you may play it face up instead. This could trigger one of the abilities again. Green, we are Ultron. Put 3 1/1 counters on each Ultron on your side. That makes them actually decent. Red, innovation is the ultimate weapon. Reveal the top 6 cards of your deck. Put each revealed Ultron onto your side. Shuffle the rest of the cards into your deck. The Vault or Sokovia. Choose one of the effects above or have the game enter the Perfection Battle World domain. So this introduces not only just a boss battle, but also forces you to use, oh wow, I didn't even plan on doing that, but yeah, Perfection domain goes with it because it creates 3 token copies of a character and they also swarm, which lines up perfectly with Ultron. Crossover Volume 3. At the end of every year, the Versus System 2-player card game puts a crossover Marvel issue with new cards, and this time it includes new ways to play. This year's crossover features 2 new teams from Battle Realm, the Broken Remnants of Battle World, the good Red Team, and the Evil Yellow Team. New ways to play. This issue includes 4 new ways to play Versus System 2-player card game. You can use any kind of deck from any of the amazing worlds of Versus System 2-player card game has explored. You can even mix and match some of the new modes. Battle World, 2 players. Battle World is a patchwork planet created by various cosmic entities over the years with various lands or domains. There are 12 Battle World domains in this issue. Setup. Shuffle 12 different random Battle World domains and place them face down in a pile between the players. Do the same with a set of 10 terrain city cards. 1 domain uses them. Rules. When a defending main character gets wounded, reveal the top Battle World domain. The game enters this domain, meaning its effects are now applicable. The game will stay in that domain until the next time a defending main character gets wounded. Then the game will leave the current Battle World domain and enter the next one. Put the older domain into a discard pile next to the pile, and reveal the top card of the pile to be the new domain. The game will only be in one domain at a time. If the domain pile ever runs out, shuffle the discard pile and make a new pile. Domains aren't in play and can't be affected by cards or effects. Mix Battle World with Story Mode, Terrain. Boss Battle. 3 players. Previously, in the Monsters Unleashed issue, we introduced a 2v1 Leviathan invasion mode. We have expanded this way to play with 5 boss battle cards: the Leviathan Mother, updated, as well as Death, Big Fan Foon, Thanos, and Ultron. Setup. One player was play as the boss. They choose one of the 5 bosses as their main character. They can play any main character with that name, either from the photographic or illustrated universe. They take the associated boss battle card as a reference and build their deck as normal. The other 2 players choose any main characters as normal, except they can't choose the boss's main character, and build their decks as normal. Boss battles use the free-for-all game rules with the following changes. The boss goes first, then play proceeds clockwise. No players skip drawing phase during their first draw phase, so the boss gets to draw. When a basic location appears on the boss's side, they get the related effect from its power symbol as instructed on their boss battle card. When a special location named on the boss battle card appears on the boss player's side, they get the related effect. The boss player only wins by KOing the 2 players' main characters. The 2 other players only win by KOing the boss. Mix boss battles with terrain. Option. For a truly gargantuan fight, 2 players can choose a boss and throw down in a boss v boss battle. All other rules from the boss battle remain the same, except you will need to randomize the first player, who will skip drawing cards during their first drawing phase. Mix boss battle versus boss with battle world, story mode, terrain. Terrain. 2 to 4 players. Terrain is an important part of almost every combat. We thought we would make some. Setup. Shuffle a set of 10 terrain and place them face down in a pile. As of this issue, there is only one terrain set, City. After players reveal their main characters during setup, but before they draw their hands, each player draws a terrain card and looks at it. Then the first player places their terrain with the rest of the players in order, with the rest of the players following in turn order. Each terrain will tell you which row it can be placed in. We suggest you turn it sideways in its row. Then each player draws their hand and mulligans as normal. Rules. Terrain either affects each character or row or 1 or 2 characters in a row. If a terrain affects an entire row, its modifiers apply to each character in that row this game. A character can be affected by more than 1 terrain of this type. If a terrain affects a specific amount of characters, during each player's formation steps, they can move the proper number of characters into or out of that terrain. While the character is in that terrain, its modifiers apply to those characters. Characters in this type of terrain should be physically touching the terrain card. You can leave this type of terrain empty or partially full. You aren't required to put characters in it. A character can't be in more than 1 terrain of this type, but it could be affected by a terrain that it affects an entire row or in one that affects only 1 character. Mix terrain with Battle World, Boss Battle, and Story Mode. Option. For more strategic gameplay, players can draw 2 terrain cards or more during setup and choose one they prefer. Story Mode. Number of players 2. In Story Mode, players will play through a series of 3 games called parts with the same decks, gaining an advantage for each game they win. In Part 3, winner takes all. Setup. Choose a Story Mode card either randomly or by consulting the story complexity list below. Then choose a player to be player A. The complexity. Story complexity from least to most. Death of a loved one, epic quest, time traveler, galactic game, assassination plot. In some stories, player A has an advantage and in some player B has an advantage. You'll discover the best one for your matchup of player skill and deck. You'll discover the best one for your matchup of player skill and deck strength. We suggest you first try story mode with decks you've already built, but you might want to build decks, especially for particular stories, after you try them out a few times. Rules. Player A always goes first in part 1, then the winner of each part goes first in the next part. After each part is over, simply follow the directions on the story mode card for whichever player wins. Option. Play a series of multiple stories in a storyline. Play them in random order or choose the order that tells the best story for you. The winner of part 3 of each story becomes player A for the next story. Mix story mode with Battle World Terrain. Assassination plot. This story mode grants secret powers that work like this. Bodyguard. When a character attacks player B's main character, player B may remove that main character from the combat and replace it with the character. If they do, switch their positions. The first time the bodyguard uses this power, player B must announce that it, and all copies of it that they own, has bodyguard while on player B's side. Deadly Assassin. While on player A's side, if this character Wounds a defending main character, KO that main character. Infiltrator. Once per turn during player A's main phase but not during combat, player A may have this character make a melee attack from player B's side against a main character in its row. Exhaust the infiltrator to start the attack. If it was exhausted, ready it first. During the attack, it counts as being on player A's side for the purposes of plot twist, superpowers, and power-ups. If it wounds a defending main character, KO the main character. If it fails to wound the main defending character, if it fails to wound the defending main character, KO the infiltrator. For the deadly assassin and infiltrator, the first time each of these characters attacks player B's main character in the game, player A must announce that it, and all copies of it owned by the relevant player, has that power. This announcement happens before any effects such as bodyguard trigger from starting the attack. Galactic game. Build a patchwork planet. Take 9 locations, one of each of the 6 basic types, 1 wild special location for each main character, and 1 random special location that doesn't produce power symbols, like Wakanda. If a main character doesn't have a wild, they choose a specific basic location. Shuffle the 9 locations and deal them into a face-up 3x3 grid to the side of the game. Each player puts a marker, try wound or XP counters on the wild location. Characters on your side can use the locations where you have the marker as if they were in your resource row. When a location is used up this way, turn it face down, but then you turn it face up for the next part. Time Traveler. When you set up a game for part 3, after both players are done mulliganing, if necessary, player A puts the top 10 or 7 cards of their deck into their resource row. If any of these are locations, they are turned face up. Violent. Death of a loved one. A character with this keyword power strikes supporting characters with double its attack. Ultron Boss. The Ultron player has a perfection pile for the game, which is exactly 1 copy of the perfection battle world domain. When Ultron has the game enter perfection, the game will leave any other domain it was in. When a defending main character gets wounded, the game will leave perfection, it goes back to the perfection pile. But if Ultron plays the Vault or Sokovia again, he will have the game enter perfection again. Specific card specifications. The issue also has some regular versus system 2-player card game cards. Here are some notes about them. The Collector. Upgrade the collection removes a card from the game. His collection can only have 1 equipment, 1 plot twist, and 1 supporting character at a time, but once one is played from his collection, he is free to add another one of that type to his collection. Note, when he plays a card from his collection, it can't be played as a resource. The Grandmaster. If the Grandmaster is your main character, you'll need to bring and shuffle your own Battle World pile before the game. This is a private pile and contains your choice of 12 different battle worlds. Note that you will need a shuffled pile of 10 Terrain City cards as well. When he uses the Contest of Champions, the game will enter the top Battle World domain of your pile, just as if you were playing the Battle World game mode. When any defending main character gets wounded, the game will leave the domain, put the card into a discard pile next to the Battle World pile. It will not automatically enter a new one. If Contest of Champions is used again, the game will enter the next Battle World domain. If the game is already in a Battle World domain, that one goes to the discard pile. If more than one player has Grandmaster as their main character, they can each have their own Battle World pile. Guillotine. La Flor de Mal lets you force your opponent to pass while in combat instead of playing a plot twist, using a superpower, or powering up. For example, if Guillotine attacks a character, you could pass and then force your opponent to pass, which will cause the combat to resolve. Or you could take an action, cause your opponent to pass, and then take another action before they get to act. Isosphere. The Battle of Wills requires a character to bid how many power symbols they'll pay to take control of the Isosphere. It works like this. The equipped character starts with the bidding. They can bid 0, and then the next player either chooses a face-up character on their side to bid a higher number or passes. If they pass, they're out of the Battle of Wills, and then the next player goes, and so on until one player passes. Then the player's character pays the winning number of power symbols from the resource row, no discarding from hand, and the Isosphere is moved to that character if it's not already there. Note, a character can't bid a number they can't pay. Once you choose a character as a bidder, you can't choose a different character to be the bidder in the same Battle of Wills. Well, guys, that's it for the Versus System 2-player card game, Volume 3, Issue 10, Crossover 3. What's your favorite new mechanic or character added to the game? I think my favorite might be the boss battle with Ultron, just because I picked up the stack and it happened to be that battle world. Let me know your favorite in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out.